Oh my god! Alright, so in the last video, it was looking like we were starting to make some pretty good progress with Jack Black, aside from what we think is a leaking rear main seal, which is, I think, my fault. When I put the seals in, I think I might have lined them up with the block instead of off-centering them a little bit, so that's on me. Like most things on this channel, they're my fault. So as you saw, we were starting to figure out how to get it to leave. I was just throwing fuel at it, but it still wasn't really wanting to cooperate, and it wasn't wanting to idle the best. Just things like that. And I think I finally know why. So what I think it is the cam has way too much overlap, or basically it just doesn't make enough vacuum at idle. This cam, if I remember, I'll put in a clip of the data logger showing that it's making like 3.8 to 4.2 inches of mercury at idle. And that's really not ideal for an EFI system like this that uses a map sensor to tune. Basically, the people at Summit say that this thing should not really be used in an application where it's making less than 6 inches of vacuum at idle. So I think that's kind of our issue. What I think is happening is it's making such little vacuum that it's making the map sensor read high. The map sensor's reading like 80 kPa at idle. It should be, I think, like around 40 or so. I know 101 kPa and above is in boost, if that kind of helps you put it in perspective. So 80 kPa at idle is kind of crazy, and I think it's making the ECU think that the engine is seeing load, so it's dumping in a bunch of extra fuel to compensate for that load it thinks it's seeing. And then it sees that the O2 sensors are reading way rich, so it cuts a bunch of fuel to compensate for that. And I think it kind of gets caught in like that mini loop, and it can't really correct it just because it's not making the vacuum it needs. That's what I think is happening. Now, I'm not really sure if there's a way to necessarily fix that. I mean, I could put a different cam in it with a wider lobe separation angle, but I don't think like a vacuum canister or anything would affect what the map sees. Now, I am trying to get this thing to idle around 1,000 because that's what comp says this cam should idle around. I want to try making it idle a little higher, see if that affects vacuum at all, but I really don't think it's going to. And that kind of puts me in a crossroads. See, here's the thing. I really wanted to run EFI on this engine just for the sake of learning the EFI system and getting more familiar with that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I'm assuming that's not going to work, so I think we may end up putting a carb back on this truck, which I'm not against. I was just really hoping this EFI system would work, but it does kind of make me look like an asshole. I made myself look like an asshole. Oh. So I'm going to set the idle at like 1200, 1300 just to see if that creates enough vacuum. I doubt it will, but I'm gonna try that, and then once that doesn't work, we can start putting a carb on it and see how it does then. Sound good?
Whatever. I've already given up on that shit.
On the carb?
No, on that EFI.
Well, the thing is, I think if we had a different cam, I think it would work fine. But this cam has 85 degrees of overlap.
I know, I was disappointed from day one.
Yeah, but you went into it a pessimist.
Yeah.
It's really hard to try to learn something and learn new skills and stuff when you got someone over there constantly telling you that it's stupid, basically. And then there's a bunch of you guys in the comments that are like, hey, you're stupid. That doesn't really help the situation any. I set the idle for 1250. Let's see if that...
Hey, can we do that? Let's wrap that exhaust or something.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, I forgot about that. So in the last video, you saw that those Precision Duralast Gold spark plug wires, never buying again. Wish you guys would have mentioned that those sucked before I bought them. You saw that they were arcing across the header, so brought over some more.
Wrap the wire instead.
But yeah, in the last video you guys saw that they were arcing across the header primary, so that's no good. The guy at the parts store, generic parts store, not sponsored, said that these are the better version and that they're more performance-y. Maybe someday it'll be a race truck. Right now it's just keeping the garage from flying away. Alright, come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Damn it, Jack. What's up now?
There ain't no fucking oil coming out these filters. I'm sitting there watching them, wondering why they're clattering so fucking much. There ain't no fucking oil even on them.
I'm gonna just crank it up for a second just to watch oil pressure.
Yeah, I was just wondering if a cam bearing or something.
If another one spun, that'd be perfect. Gauge said 60 pounds.
Yeah, how come there ain't no fucking oil coming out of them? Look how fucking dry them are. And you look down in there where oil should be flowing.
I mean,
There ain't shit. Look how dry them fuckers are.
as much as I hate to say it, crank it over for...
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Should pull the ignition wire on the distributor.
Tell me if shit pops.
Alright.
Oh, it's not gonna start?
Very little.
Yeah. Where the fuck's the oil?
On all of them. What the fuck? Yeah, with 60 psi, it should be more than just splurting onto the header.
Nothing in this one. Nothing in that one, really. Ain't fucking oil anywhere, hardly.
Let's check the oil level again. But I can't imagine it'd be that low if the gauge is reading 60 pounds. But better to check and know than speculate. There should be enough to do something. I don't think it's oil pump, because obviously the gauge is getting 60 pounds. It could be lifters. The way all the rockers are moving, I don't think the cam dropped a lobe. I thought today was just gonna be me eating my words and putting a carb back on this, but we might be looking at tearing the motor down. At least intake off to look at the lifters.
Wasn't doing anything. What we have is failure to lubricate.
Motherfucker.
It either spun every motherfucking cam bearing, which would stop it.
I'll be honest, we don't know for sure that they were any good before.
Yeah, I know it.
I think we should find a different hobby. We're not really good at this lately.
It's called the Wizard.
Jay?
Yeah.
I really don't want to, like, assume it's lifters and tear it all apart, put new ones in it, get it all back together, and then it have the same issue.
Oh, we've been having a hell of a time with this thing, but we just took the rocker covers off because damn, the lifters are just sounding loud. Pull them off, you can start them up, and no oil's coming out anywhere. And yet we have 60 pounds of pressure. What kind of oil filter we have in this? Said Frams are known for the paper getting so soaked up they plug up.
What one does he recommend?
What kind you recommend? Napa? Wicks? I'm not into wanting to tear the motor apart yet.
Not yet. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is check the oil filter and replace that with a better brand that has a better reputation. Fram isn't the best. You constantly hear people saying that they're shit, but somehow we keep ending up with them. Our dude said that sometimes the Fram like paper elements will collapse and clog shit up, so maybe that's what happened. Hopefully that's all it is. So we're going to get like a Napa or a Wix is what our dude recommended. So we're gonna pull this one off, try to cut it open as cleanly as possible just to see. I don't expect there to be any metal or anything in it, but not really sure. But at this point, everything's kind of up in the air. We've been just fighting with this truck and this engine and this EFI so much more than we should have. The EFI thing, that's on me. I like learning through experience. I had an opportunity to get it. It was on sale, so I got it. I feel like I learned a bit, and I learned that it's not going to work with this setup. So I'll shelf it, and we'll use it on something else in the future. But first up is messing with the oil filter, figuring out what's going on with that. Alright, just got this Wix filter, part number 51061. Should fix our problem. Probably won't fix our problem, but it might fix our problem. So, got the truck jacked up because I didn't feel like pulling it over to the hoist. So I'm just going to crawl under it, rip off the scam filter, throw on the fix filter. I'm really skeptical that it's going to fix the problem, but I really hope it does fix the problem. One way to find out. Alright, old filter's out.
God, that fucker's heavy.
Yeah, when I was unscrewing it and just dropped off that last thread, it was a surprise.
Yeah, that's extremely fucking heavy.
I mean, I think if we just cut along there with like the hacksaw, it'll leave a little bit of metal, but we'll know most of it there is from the hacksaw.
Fucking use a disc grinder. Wonder how much that'd blow shit all over.
I don't know. There was one way I saw that people used a screwdriver to bend the lips around, but I don't remember which way people did that, honestly. Well, maybe it was just this one here. Is that what it was? Or was it this one? I don't know. It was one of them. And this was a brand new filter.
Yeah.
Let's see if the new filter fixed that. If it did, you'll know real quick when I go, ah, turn it off, turn it off! Come on, Jack, do us right. Not a damn thing.
Is it possible in any fucking universe in this world that we got the lifters adjusted, collapsed?
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards lifters, but I wouldn't bet money on it. Just finished readjusting all the rockers. They may still need a quarter turn. We haven't done that part yet. But let's just, if they're too loose, that means we should at least have freed up lifters and we'll have oil making a mess.
Yeah, hopefully.
You already plugged the fuel pump back in. Let's see what happens. Oof. I saw a couple.
Yeah, one shot way up there.
Yeah.
I might still have to turn that.
That quarter turn. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, a couple of them. Believe it or not.
I mean, that's more than we've had so far.
Yeah.
Maybe those valves being too tight could have been our issue with tuning and the launch too. Not really sure, but we're gonna do that quarter turn and then try again.
Shooting oil now.
Still not as much as I would hope. Alright, we adjusted the valves and that didn't do quite as much as we were hoping. It was still kind of idling like crap. So we took the EFI off. Let me set that so that it doesn't fall. And we're slapping on the old Edelbrock that some of you guys might remember from James Brown. Yes, it's not enough carburetor for this setup, but it'll idle and everything just fine. What's up?
I'm just trying to figure out a fuel setup. Go from there to there.
We might be able to, let me see. The old regulators had some threaded in barbed fittings that might fit. I think that might work. Actually, if we have to, we can just take one of these ends off of here and it should slide right over the carburetor fitting. Anyway, yeah, this carburetor is not enough for this engine. We wanted to throw this on here just to kind of test some other things. And then, of course, we'll use the regulator to kick the fuel pressure down to like 6 or 7. All right, so we're gonna finish that up and then fire it up, see how it does. We're still up at like 20. I think we're dumping fuel into the engine. Yeah, we got turn the key off. We might have to put the old regulator on it. Yeah, I think it's got too much fuel pressure and I think it's loading up.
Yeah.
So we'll,
that low end.
Yeah, because I mean the farthest that thing will let me turn it down is 20. We need to put on the old one.
As soon as I can just slam that pedal as fast as possible when it goes.
Right. Yeah, I say we throw the old regulator on. The thing that sucks is this doesn't. We have to like guess where it's at. There's no gauge on it. All right, old, new regulators back on. No idea where the fuel pressure's set at. Carburetor's all complete. You're good. Whenever you're ready. Wait.
Bacon?
Well, we had an actual fire for a second.
Oh, so I'm gonna keep the air cleaner off right now.
No, it was down here. I think a plug wire arced across and it was soaked in gas.
The motherfucker's still arcing?
It must have. I don't know why else it would have, like, literally 6-inch tall flames. You know, on a big enough timeline, we can get anything figured out. It's just gonna take us a while. All right, 2 old new plug wires are on it. Everything's back together. Got this old rudimentary timing light just to see where we're at. All right. I gotta be honest with you guys, he got sideways a couple times. I really thought he was gonna go off into this ditch here and I was gonna have to go and get him out of that pond. That made me pretty nervous. It sounded fucking sick. It sounded real fucking sick, but it made me nervous. Let's, I wanna see if she'll actually leave though. We know she'll burn out. Oh, we know she'll stall. Let's see if she'll actually leave. What? Let's see if she'll like leave. Well, he left. He didn't die, so we're gonna get out of here because there's a car coming. Excuse us. Well, he seemed a lot happier with that.
That was a dead stop, letting off the brake and just hammering it.
He didn't die.
No. But it didn't get traction either.
No. There were a couple times where he started to let the ass end swing around where I was like, fuck, he's going in a ditch.
Well, I steered like a motherfucker. It's like, man, I'm going too fast and it won't stay straight. Fucker is not grabbing. Something over there flew up and took a corner of the thing out on that side. Scared the fuck right out of me.
It might have just snapped. When I took it down the road the other day, the front wasn't glued down and it was flopping around like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
So yeah, it probably just came off.
Oh, I didn't even notice this part gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you were driving a fucking road course just trying to go straight.
Man, it just got the let out. No, fuck, hang on, it's hanging in there. No, it's coming back the other way.
He's got the camera on, I can't puss out.
Fucker goes in the ditch, I'm fucked.
Yeah, those are some pretty deep ditches there in Mexico. I'm kind of curious what it'll stall up to now when you just foot brake it. Well, we got almost $2,000 out of it now. So I mean, we can...
It's enough to let the motor rev.
Yeah, we can get on the tree, foot brake it to 1500, and then just let it flash up to whatever it flashes up to. Two huge things we just improved on. One, it fucking runs worth of shit now. And
yeah, the fucker is shifting itself down there.
like with you in first?
Yeah, I just put it down and just matted that fucker, and all of a sudden it went to second. I'm fucking looking, I'm still spinning. Went to third, and I'm still fucking spinning.
But
Like,
you,
fuck.
but you hadn't shifted it?
No.
Yeah, that's the problem we were having with it before, was that it would shift on its own. All right, well, before we fuck anything else up, I think we should probably end the video here.
Yeah.
It is a huge success. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there were a lot of you guys bitching at us to just put a carb on it, and we finally...
Me.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.